In this video, we will cover how to replace the battery on a 2018 to 2025 Chevy Traverse. It's similar on the Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. The tools needed for this project is a 10mm socket and a long extension with a 13mm socket. And as usual, the links of all the tools and parts used in this video will be in the description and in the cards that pop up at the top right of the screen. Using the long extension with the 13mm socket, we loosen the bolt of the retainer block. This is what holds the battery onto the battery tray and keep it from shaking and sliding. Next, using the 10mm socket, we loosen the negative terminal. And before removing it, gently unplug the sensor by pulling the red tab first, and then slide out the plug by pulling it from the same side. Now we finish removing the terminal and tuck it aside. Always remember to remove the negative before the positive to avoid sparks. With the 10mm, loosen the positive terminal nut. Once that's done, we look for two tabs that we need to depress at the same time to be able to open this whole plastic cover, and you'll see soon why. Now that it's opened, gently unclip it from the hinged rod and put it aside. Next, we remove the vehicle computer by loosening this 10mm nut from this bracket that not only holds the battery into the cradle, but it also holds the computer itself. Remove the 10mm nut from the other end of the bracket as well. And now we can slide the computer upward from its bottom two tracks and tuck it aside away from the battery. The top bracket can also be put aside without having to unclip the sensor wire. Now, to be able to finish taking out the positive terminal, we need to take out the 4 nuts that attach to this fuse board, and it's also attached to the positive terminal, believe it or not. So the first 2 are 10mm, and the last 2 are 13mm. We take out each cable and put them away to the side. Next, we disengage 2 tabs on the left side here, holding the fuse board onto the battery. And as soon as the casing is pulled up along with the positive terminal, the other 2 tabs on the other side will disengage as well. To hold it away from the battery, we use a small bungee cord. After making sure everything is out of the way, grab the battery by each handle and with your back well positioned, safely lift it out of the battery tray. Okay. Take this opportunity to clean the bottom of the tray. Then, again, after making sure everything is out of the way, grab the new battery by each handle, and with the positive side facing the firewall and with your back and legs well positioned, safely lift it in place into the battery tray. First thing, we reinstall the retainer block which holds the battery into the tray. There's a slot in which it's accessible from the bottom front of the tray here. Once in position with the bolt, using the long extension with the 13mm socket, we tighten it down. Note, positive always goes back on first, which is the reverse of when taking it off. We unstrap the bungee and line it up to insert the positive cable into the battery while lining the fuse board casing tabs into each side of the battery at the same time. It's the reverse of when we took it off. Once all tabs are in place and terminal is properly inserted, we start reconnecting the wires to the fuses, making sure they are in the same order they were taken off. Thread the two 10mm nuts and the two 13mm nuts. Tighten each with the proper socket. First two with the 10mm socket. And using the 13mm socket, tighten the two larger nuts. And the 10mm socket again to tighten the positive terminal nut. Next, we take the top bracket and insert it into the rod coming from the battery tray. Then, after reinserting the computer into the two bottom brackets, reinsert the top onto the rod at the same time.
Beautiful.
And thread the 10mm nut, and then tighten with the 10mm socket. Also thread and tighten the 10mm nut on the other end of the bracket. Reinstall the fuse and terminal cover. And now we can reinstall the negative terminal and tighten with the 10mm socket. Reinsert the sensor by inserting it and then locking the red tab. Start the vehicle and make sure it's all good. Good deal. All memory was intact. Radio stations, clock, and so on. Even though we did not use a battery memory saver, nor does this vehicle have an auxiliary battery. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you along the way. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See the description for links of tools and materials used in this video. And you all have a great day.